Okay, we've been visiting with Coach Colton Aramore, the Kingston Yellow Jackets, and Cole, really appreciate you coming in here tonight and talking about your team, and I want to wish you the best of luck the rest of the way and hope you get the gold ball.
Thank you all. Go Jackets.
You've been watching the Locker Room Chat. Appreciate all the calls. We'll see you next week.
She's lost her assignment. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. The House taking action against Georgia Republican Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Let's go fishing. You know it's really great. Let's go fishing. In the rivers and on the lakes. Let's go fishing. It's easy when you try. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike. Floating on the water with good old Steve and Mike.
All right, good evening, folks, and welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show. And got Mike here with me tonight, and Mike. Got 2 or 3 new things on the wall behind us. We'll get into that here in a few minutes, but just want to welcome everybody to the show tonight. Got a couple of people that's going to call in here a little bit, let us know about some upcoming tournaments going to happen here in the next few weeks, and that kind of thing. But want to say hello to Dad.
Yes, sir.
And
Bill
and Mike Richards and Mike Pennington and Mike and Paul Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But anyway, you know, we still getting over some things, you know. But we got a little bit of fishing film. Wesley and I were up at North on Saturday. We didn't do great. We caught 5 fish. Got in a white out there. I'm telling you what, we were coming back in and got down there and looking at Pilot Island, or actually I went on past Pilot Island and pulled on the last spot we was going to hit it. And I just happened to look towards Andersonville, and you couldn't even see the dock down there. Mm-hmm. And I said, oh man, and then it started snowing on the top of us, and I said, let's go put this thing on the trailer. And buddy, I tell you what, within 15 minutes it covered the ground up there.
Yeah.
So you know, we got into a wide out. You couldn't see your hand in front of your face hardly. It was pouring down so hard, but you know, it went away quick, and that kind of stuff. But it was beautiful, you know. It sure was. It looked good. It looked real nice. Let's see.
Mother told me that they moved the St. Jude's tournament to June the 2nd, I think it was, and said that they've already started pre-registering down to Bunch Marine. If anybody
I thought, let me pull my calendar out here, Mike.
wanted to go ahead and pre-register for that tournament.
Yeah, they opened up, I think, Monday for pre-registration of the St. Jude's tournament, and I was thinking it was either June the 3rd or June the 6th. Ours, it may be Dan Nykirk texting me there now, but let me get my calendar up here, and we'll just scroll over April, May, and June. Let's see. The 5th is on Saturday. Yeah. I think that's, dadgummit, hit the wrong button there. Yeah, I think that's when it is, Mike, June the 5th.
Maybe
I believe that's what Dan said. But they are taking early sign-ups, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you want, and they'll let you register the morning of the tournament, but talking to
Travis?
Yeah, Travis Lehman. you know, they'll register you the morning of the tournament, but they like for you to get in early if possible. And you get to blast off in this order that you pay in.
Well, that's true, yeah.
So, if you want to early out, get there, get registered up. You know,
That's
sooner
right.
the better. But they felt like, you know, in May you have a lot of 2 or 3 other tournaments going on. I think maybe the Boys and Girls Club going out of Loudon in May, and then another one or so, and then a tournament at Douglas, and that kind of thing. So they're trying to not intermix with them so much, and maybe got a bigger crowd coming into the St. Jude's tournament. So we'll kind of keep you informed on that as we go along and get closer to the time. We do want to thank our sponsors, you know, for sure, and that kind of thing. We'll have some sponsor breaks here in just a little bit. And let's see, take this call right here. Hello, caller.
Hello, Steve.
Hey, Ed, how are you, man?
Pretty good.
Yes, sir.
Mike find his picture.
Yes, sir. He did find it, and is that really what they're supposed to look like, Ed?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay, I've often wondered, Mike, I never see many that he's catching, you know, so I just wanted to have something to compare it with, you know.
Well, you see, when I found out I could get a hold of that thing, I said, Steve gives Mike too much ribbon, too much of a hard time about crappie fishing, and I was just want to let him know that some of us appreciate him doing that.
He don't seem to have much problem eating them, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he always tries to stick you out of them.
Yeah, I tell you what, Ed, I aggravate Mike about it, but now he does pretty good. I don't mind catching them myself. I really don't.
So anyway, I thought he might get a kick out of that, and you guys might like it.
Hey, you see it back there in the corner of the picture, don't you?
Yeah, I see it.
Folks, that Ed's brought
Now,
Mike.
he needs to take that home and put it over his kitchen table.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'll tell you what, Ed, I think it serves a real good purpose right here, brother.
All righty, okay.
And we
Anyway, I'll let
appreciate
you
it.
go. I'll pick
No,
up this time.
we want to thank you much. It's
Okay.
a real nice picture, really is.
All right, man.
All right, Ed. Hey, Ed, have you fished any?
No, I got one of my bearings tore up on my boat, and my Uncle Frank's trying to help me get it back on the road.
Okay.
And,
All right.
but it's too cold for me anyway, so I ain't worried about it.
All right, Ed. Hey, it's good to hear from you, buddy.
All right, man.
All right.
That'll be good.
Okay, buddy. See you later. All right. Thanks for the picture, Ed. It is a nice one. It really is. Glad to have it. It's got a good place right there, Mike.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Sure does.
Sure does.
Without a doubt. Okay, and oh yeah, what's on my mind? Talking to the guys at work, they got the. Make sure that goes off. We got the shucks, the Watts Bar Open, I think they call it, coming up here on the 13th of this month, which is I think they've been running around 80 boats, maybe 100 in that thing, you know. So that's actually that'll be on next Saturday week.
Yeah.
Yep. So see how that turns out. I did see right off the get-go that some of that the weather forecast, you know, they were predicting some temperatures down in the single digits.
Yeah.
But looking at my phone, in the next 4 or 5 days, it's not going to be that bad.
No, up in the 40s. and so,
Yeah. So, but we still got 6 more weeks of winter.
Well, that's what the groundhog says.
That's what the groundhog said. Yeah. So anyway, we'll see how that turns out. All right, Mike, what do you got on your mind?
Well, you said you just caught how many then?
We caught 5, I believe it was, at
5
Norris,
up
Wesley
north,
and I. Yeah,
and,
yeah, it's bad.
I don't know how many crappie I caught there Sunday, but I got a late start anyway, but warmed up a little bit and finally got down there, and I caught so many, it's just unbelievable. I even quit turning the camera on. There was so many of them little old rascals, and but I had 4 keepers, and where I was catching them at, it seemed like every time I'd bring one of them little rascals up, he couldn't go back down, so I'd have to catch him again and put the needle to him, let the air out of him, and then here you go. I spent the biggest part of my time letting the air out of them crappie to where they could go back down, because I know they'd die if they didn't. So, yeah, and they was all just, I mean, just anywhere from a ½ inch to just barely missing the line, you know.
Yeah.
And man, I tell you what, I had a time as far as the numbers that I caught, but I sure wished well, I had that one good one there that was probably 15 inches, and then one around 12, and then the other 2 were just a little over, 10 and a half, something like that. But I don't know where them big ones got off to. Water temperature's 45 degrees, and a lot of minnows down there. You can see a lot of schools of minnows, and then there was some minnows up on top, wasn't all that deep, 6, 7 foot or something, and at least them birds was looking for them anyway.
Yeah.
Gulls was, so it was a pretty good day, really.
Just couldn't find the good ones.
Just couldn't find them good ones. And man, I tell you what, I fished places that I hadn't been on in I guess 3 years, and thinking, well, maybe I'll go over here and try this, and they'd be in it, and I ain't been there in a long time, and get there and all you catch was little ones. Like I say, I started out in there 14, 15 foot, and worked off down into the creek channel there in Blue Springs, and made my way out, and didn't do any good at all, really. Just a couple of small ones, and then got on out there on the channel. That seemed to be where they was all at, but there just wasn't no good ones in it. I don't know what's going on with the keepers.
Well, I don't know either, Mike. You'd think, but I'm glad to hear you catching a lot of them little ones. That, that's a good sign that they've had a pretty good spawn there last year or year before. And we're going to have some, crappie to catch. And we'll see how that goes. That's not a bad deal. Like I said, Wesley and I were up on North there Saturday, and thought we'd, and I never thought about this, but the boy at work, I was talking to him this week, and he mentioned that floating fly. Dadgummit, I got the box full of baits and a rod and everything hanging there in the basement, and he had a pretty good idea. Should have had that had that floating fly rod and throwed it out there a few licks, and I left. Shucks, I hadn't had it in the boat in 5 years, I guess, or longer.
Oh yeah.
I got fed up with it, and there just wasn't doing what I thought I ought to be doing with it, and I just hung it up and hadn't taken it back and put it back in the boat since. And
could you see any of them little minnows running around? That seemed to be the best time it done real good up there that year was when you could see them little minnows running around.
Right, I get you. But you could, and they was a lot of rockfish out in, in the mouth of the coves. all the rockfish break. You can see the minnows running, them just coming up, slashing at them, you know. That was going on a whole lot, and about everywhere we went, you know, you'd seen that. And but just couldn't get any cooperation out of the smallmouth. That was the disappointing thing about the whole deal. So I don't know, but that might have been something I should have been trying. To tell you the truth about it. The wind wasn't that bad, and you know, even really you want just a little chop on it and a small floater, and just that thing will just kind of quiver.
Yeah.
You know, down there about 18, 20 feet. You got 11-foot rod, so you can get about 20 foot deep with it. A little small floater, like, you know, that kind of thing. So anyway, I didn't have it with me, and if I get to go back in the next few days, I may try it. Right now, what's on my mind, they tell Bill and Max were out on Dale Holler last week, and done pretty good.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, I hope he calls in, but they had 9 dandies. I mean, Bill said he had one that was 5 pounds, almost 6 pounds. He says, buddy, it looked like a whopper. I mean, he said that thing was just huge. And then he said to beat it off, Steve said the other 8 that we had, shucks, they was big ones too. And he's catching them on that brown and chartreuse little old fly that Paul ties up. Now, some of them other boys was down there, and they was catching some of their fish on that yellow chartreuse.
Yeah.
So I told Bill, I said, well, I don't care if we go for just one day. If we find a good, nice day, we'll leave the house Saturday morning about 5 o'clock, get in there about daylight, and leave the lake about dark, and get home about 9 o'clock. He said, son, that works for me. I said, it works for me too, Bill. So, but yeah, but he said they're getting better down there. I said all their fish they caught was right between that 20, 30 foot range.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know why our smallmouth here on Norris don't get stocky like those fish down there do. And I tell you what, don't you let me forget. I'm gonna call Mike Jolly tomorrow. Don't you let me forget it.
There ain't but one thing that I can think of that the difference in the lakes is you got rockfish in North and you ain't got them down there.
Yeah, that's one of the things for sure.
The grass ain't up like it was before either down there. Still yet, you know. You got the alewives in the north, you got alewives down there, you got the shad and everything else. Crawfish, everything for them to feed on, but I just think they're running for their life up there at north.
Yeah, could be.
Them rockfish, as big as they are, they eat anything that moves, and they don't care what color it is or anything about it. It's food.
Yeah, good possibility. Okay, Mike, we better get on to some film.
Yeah, show yours, right?
Yeah, let's take a break from our sponsors and Dillis. While we're on after that break, just go ahead and put that little bit of film on my camera on there, will you? All right. Hey folks, here at Tim's Tires, there's the times that they're open. The day, you know, that's 5 days a week. They're open from 8 to 12:30 on Saturdays. All right, folks, we're inside here in the warehouse. Just wanted to give you a quick look at all the tires and stuff they got. And here we are. There's some four-wheeler tires, lawnmower tires, just a mixture of about any kind of tire you want. So keep that in mind. Then here we get into the light truck, automobiles, that kind of thing. So just walk through here and give you a quick look at what they got in stock here. I mean, you know, it's it's just, I don't know, man. They must be a couple of thousand tires in here right now, if not more. Sizes, shapes. You truckers, you know the word. This is a place to get your tires for your trucks. And these over here, getting a little bigger sizes, light trucks, heavier automobiles, this kind of thing. And as you can just see back through there, it's just, heck, I don't know, this building's probably about 300 feet, one end to the other, and they're wall to wall. Remember Tim's Tires, folks. That's down here on Highway 27 on your way into Harriman, and get the best deals they're going. So give them a call, price check, whatever you want to, and if you want a special tire that they might not have, you could, they'll definitely get it for you. Tim's Tires.
All right, Pal's got our first fish of the day on here at Norris. Pretty good fish. Oh, it's a dang drum.
That's a dang drum. Wesley, how in the world did you do that? Kiss my grits. Ha!
Lord
Son of a
have
gun. Bombed me out on the first fish.
Yep. All right.
Golly.
Get him off and get a brown fish. All right, there's Pal with a nice smallmouth. Pale fish. I think that's a keeper, ain't it?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh yeah. It's a nice.
Nice fish right there.
Yeah, it is. All right, let's get him back.
Got
Get
him
another.
on a white jig, folks.
On a white jig.
White jig.
There he goes.
All right, folks. Our old Wes is with a pretty good fish now.
That ain't a bad one.
That ain't a bad fish, Wes. We just need to get about a dozen more like it.
Oh yeah.
All right, good job. Back in the water. Got that on a swim bait.
On a swim bait.
Okay, good deal.
All right, there's Pal with a decent fish. One every now and then.
One every now and then. They're a little slow, Wes.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
There he goes. Get another. All right, there's Pal with a decent little fish. What's that make, number 4?
That's number 4, Wes.
On the white jig.
You want to give me some help.
All right, get another.
That's it. I don't know how we miscounted. Let me tell you what the deal. I was throwing a marabou jig in the white. Had I mean, you know, it looked just like one of the minnows. A grayish looking, whitish silver looking head on it. And I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put some eyes on that head. Paint that head red and see what happens. Be like a injured minnow, you know, type deal.
Could be.
And try that. But yeah, and I throwed a brown and chartreuse bucktail fly a little bit. Never got a bump on it. The only thing I could get a bite on was that white marabou jig. And I didn't, you know, but that was fishing it without a trailer of any kind. It had plenty of length to the bait back there behind it and all that kind of stuff. And just, I don't know. I couldn't get them to cooperate. And I think we probably wasn't fishing out deep enough.
May not have been.
Yeah, and that kind of thing. But anyway, that was the deal. Wesley caught that fish he caught on a swim bait, and a little 3-inch swim bait, and should have been eating that thing up. I mean,
Oh yes, sir.
yeah, they should have been eating it up, but they didn't want that much either. And we changed baits, or he did several times, changed colors of swim baits and stuff, and just couldn't get nothing going. But and then the tournament that they had week 4 last up there, I was told that you know that or thought that the guy that won it caught his fish on a crankbait. You know, water 47 degrees. 47 and a half, doesn't surprise me. Now it cooled off, it was in 44 degree, 44 point, or no, 45.7 degree water, so it cooled off a degree or two between the weekend before and or the weekend of the tournament and when we were up our last weekend, so it had cooled off a couple of degrees there. It's 45.7 and it was 47.7 or what have you, you know, that kind of thing. So anyway, that's about all I can tell you about that, Mike. It was a bad trip.
Yeah.
Sure was. It was a bad trip. Okay, we're gonna have to move on.
I don't really think there's even if you don't catch nothing, there's a bad trip in fishing.
Well, true, true. I agree with you. You're exactly right. Let's move on to your crappie film and get it over with, because I got some baits I want to drop in that fish tank right there.
Okay.
All right, Dylan, another sponsor break and cut to the crappie film. Let people know what we represent.
That's what we're all about. We do try to do an honest day's work for the people, and we've got operators from all over the DOE sites, TDA sites, the outside contractors. We're just about everywhere you see a heavy piece of equipment, good chance that you'll see an operating engineer on it, rather it be Barnhard. I'd like to mention them, All Crane, and all of them that's signatory to us. We have over 100 contractors that's signatory to us, so I definitely appreciate those guys all the way in Chattanooga, Kingsport, Tullahoma, throughout all the way up to Johnson City. So we do cover a big area, and just let us know if we can be any help to local contractors that come through these areas. We'll definitely send you some people.
All right, David. I appreciate all those good words, and we'll get this on the air, and I want to thank you again.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, folks. I'm back down here in Blue Springs again. Been starting out here about 15 foot. Started working my way out. Had one strike so far. So, we're going to move on out slowly, get a little deeper as we go, see if we can find them. So stick with us and remember the sponsors. Let's go fishing. All right, folks. Got our first bite here. Don't think he's going to make it, but there we go. We double check and make sure, and I'm pretty sure he ain't gonna make it. You be close. Yes, what I thought. Just a tad short. Make sure he's gonna go back down. There's a bunch of them there last week. Had to let the air out of them before they'd go back. All right, folks, I knowed it was coming sooner or later. Yeah, I got one of them there dudes with the whiskers. Had gone old flathead. Oh my God. Yeah. I don't think he's gonna be any better either. Sure did hit hard and fought hard. Brushing the line. Still ain't there. Alright, folks, we dropped him back down. Got another in the bite. Think he's gonna be much either. No. Sure ain't. That's a little bitty. You have to find a different location here. And another one. There you go. Yeah, my goodness. There got to be some begging somewhere. Get back after them. Let's see what this one is. Now that, yeah. He'll be close to keeping, I don't know. We'll check him and see. Oh yeah, he's 11 and a half. Yeah. Check this one out. About the same thing. Be about. Well, think about it. That didn't look good anyway. Hung up here. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, you make it. Yeah. See if I can get out of this glove here. There we go. All right. See what we got this time. Oh yeah, that's a little bit better. That's a real good one there. Yeah, real good. Finally find one there. That's what we're hunting for. Yeah. 12, 14 inches. We'll get another minute on and get back after it. All right. I don't know. It's either a good one or a catfish one. He's pulling more like a cat. See what he is here. Oh no. That's one of them there good. Real good. My goodness. He's the one we've been looking for all day. My goodness gracious. Right there on him. Hope there's more than that one down there. Get back down, see if we can find another one. All right, folks. Changed locations, but don't seem to make much difference. It's still down there, around that 38 foot, more or less, 40, 35, 40 foot range. But they just little. That's all I can say. Just can't seem to find hardly any big ones anywhere. We'll stay after them, though. All right, there's another one. As soon as I got down there, he hit the bottom, picked it up. He slammed it. I can say. Hopefully we can find something a little bigger. Let's see what we got here. Boy, I thought he was a lot bigger than that when he first started pulling. He's just mean. Well, quit biting my glove, you crazy thing. Alright, folks, I know what it is. It's the same, yep. Same old thing again. Little bitty and little bitty. That hooked good anyway. Oh. Alright, well, I'm telling you, it's just ridiculous. You can't find a good crappie down there. I mean, seems like every time you drop in down there and bump that thing limb, want to grab it, but he just ain't big enough for nothing. We'll stay after him, though. Shucks, it's another one. I'm telling you, it's just unbelievable. I mean, can't find a good keeper crappie. Try a bigger minnow. I don't know. I hadn't sure felt better when I had a hold of him to start with, but he ain't gonna make it either. He just ain't gonna make it. He's close, but he just ain't gonna make it. Goodness gracious, I'm telling you. A lot of fun. Let's see what we got here. Shucks. Same thing. And he jump on that minnow. Well, tell me you want to let the air out of you too. Looking that way. Yep. Boy, it's looking like. Risky now, ain't you? Gone. I reckon that's part of it. See what we got this time. On that. He's gonna be close, sir. I mean, close. Yep. No, there's fuzz in the line. Good. All right, let's see what this one is. Daggone it. I don't know what's going on. Any crappie, just no size to him. We put him back. Well, let's see what we got this time. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, what a dang stripe. My goodness. Yeah. Oh. Big. Okay, folks. I'm gonna put it on the trailer. It's getting late. Ain't got, I think, 5, maybe. No, 4. 4 crappie there. I'm telling you, I've caught a heck of a lot of crappie, but this thing had none any size. But anyway, I'd catch them anywhere out there 35 to 40 foot deep in that range there. And they sure is a lot of them there if I just find them bigger ones. But anyway, maybe we've had fun. Maybe we can get back down here and get back after them again, maybe get the sun out, and maybe hopefully that get them to doing something. Water's pretty good shape. See a lot of shad down there deep and stuff. So anyway, we've had fun at it. So remember the sponsors, folks, and let's go fishing.
All right, Mike. Fill us in on the crappie film there right quick.
Well, mostly, like I say, was around 35 to 40 foot.
Yeah.
Seemed like I could get one if I moved in a little bit, but it was a lot slower. Around the 30-foot mark, you know, or something. And I went deeper, and didn't seem to do much good out there deeper. And seemed like I had to be right in that range there, 35, 40 foot to catch them. Just wasn't no size to them. So just have to keep hunting around. Maybe we can find them bigger ones.
Yeah.
The water may have had just a shade of color to it down there, and may go on back down the river and see if that makes a difference.
Well, and where'd you put in at?
Blue Spring.
Put in Blue Springs? Okay, Mid-Lake.
Yeah.
Mid-Lake. All right.
In case you don't know, I thought I'd bring one over.
Yeah, I'm some gun. I know you was holding out on me.
And let you figure out what I'm fishing with.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you was holding it over on something here. Ed Galt, I hope you're still watching this. And yeah, Jerry Graham, I hope you got your decals, brother. Give us a ring over here and let us know. Now, Mike, we'll never catch that varmint again.
What do you mean you won't catch him?
No, we won't ever catch him.
I got him on the hook. He can't get off.
Well, that's what that other guy said.
But now, you'll have to figure out which one of them baits there looks like that dude there.
Yeah, I don't know. You should have had your sinker on the line and all that good stuff. Yeah. See, you know, he ain't got a whole lot of action, does he? Just hanging there.
That's it. That was something else that I didn't notice.
Hanging on the side of the thing there.
Yeah, that you had to just about hold it steady and still, but now there was a lot of current moving too.
Well, you know, when that water temperature gets down into the mid 50s or 40s, you start seeing them shad just floating around here and there and, you know, and everywhere else, you know, when they're just, you run up on a bunch of them there on the, next to the surface, and they're just, you know, just barely got a little quiver. And you can look for that in that anything below 40, 45 degrees, 44, they'll just pop up the shad wheel, and that kind of thing. Well, it doesn't have much life to him, Mike. And so you got to provide a little action, I guess. Put your little water in your bag.
It's pretty cold.
Yeah, that's true too. I hear you. But that's the thing we don't know, is when you drop him in that 30 foot of water, 40, 30, 35, 40 foot of water, you know, what is the water temperature down there that deep?
Yeah, it should be around 50, 58 degrees.
Yeah. I agree with that, for sure. without a doubt. I mean, most of the time, the water temperature coming out of the dam there below Milton Hill or Watts Bar, whatever, is a little tad warmer than the lake water. You know, due to the fact that, you know, the water warms up in the summertime from top to bottom, and so it's usually cooler right in the 50 something. Hello, caller. Missed it.
This key is programmed as a line key as thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, you got them on hold. Hello, caller. Nope, not it. I believe we got them. Go ahead, Jerry.
Hey, Steve, I was just going to tell you I got my decals, and I appreciate it.
Buddy, you're more than welcome. We appreciate the boards you made for us, man.
No problem at all. I'm not going to keep you long. I was just going to ask you a question. What types of fish do you mainly aim for or like to catch more? I'm betting Mike is a crappie guy, but I didn't know if there was, a certain species that you mainly go for or aim for.
Well, you know, my crappie fishes this time of year, I do go crappie fishing, you know, just to go crappie fishing at times, but usually I'd rather bass fish, you know. Being an old tournament fisherman, I've only been to Florida one time fishing and was going to stay 10 days and wound up back home in 3. And I was just so disappointed, you know. I expected to get one every cast, and that wasn't the deal. And so I said, why? I don't know what I'm doing down here. Me fishing tournaments, I need to be at home practicing, you know, and that kind of thing. But anyway, I love the bass fish, and I like to catch them smallmouth, but I love to catch them largemouth too, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just a deal. You know, we used to run the older bass tournaments back in the day, the Reeder and the Ray Viles, and heck, I can't remember. There's 2 or 3 bass tournament trails that we just, you know, made this Cherokee, Norris, Watts Bar, Loudon, Tellico, just like that. But anyway, I like to catch the bass, but I do go crappie fishing on my own occasionally, and a lot of times I'll go with Mike, you know.
I think old Mike's got that crappie fish nailed down.
Yeah, he does. The only thing is, he never says, "Hey, get up here on the front of the boat where I'm at." He always keeps me 20 foot off of where the brush is at, you know.
He knows where them honey holes are.
Yeah, he does. He sure does. He knows. He gets right on top of them there, and the way he does it is, it's you know, it's pretty simple. I mean, just mash the button, let the sinker hit the bottom, and tighten up on your line, and just kind of shake it a little bit every now and then. And look out, something's gonna get it.
Right.
I let him on the front of the boat, but every time I do, he hangs up. So.
Oh yeah. But,
well, guys, I'll let you continue with your show, and I'm just gonna tell you I got my decals. They look good, and I appreciate you.
Buddy, appreciate you, man. Good to hear from you.
All right. Talk to you later.
See you. Talk to you later, bud. All right. I'll tell you what we do. We don't have but a few minutes, but I'm gonna we got this water tank up here. Mike, grab up one and throw it in there and save that one right there for the ladder part or whatever. Yeah.
Slow riser.
A slow riser. That right there is pretty dang close to what I like for them to do. Pretty close. Is it? Sure not. Dang it. My mic's unbuttoned. Well, I may have had it. Let me drop it down a little bit. How's that, Dylan? That good?
Yeah,
Still? Hey, hold on just a minute. Let's do it this way right here. That any better? All right.
That's about the same way. It's real slow riser.
Yeah, right there, that's what I'm just about neutral buoyancy right there. If you had a snap on your line and got your line broke, that thing probably wouldn't rise up. And
That's a pretty quick riser.
that's a quick riser. But I like that silver-sided one right there, Mike. That's almost perfect, just tell you the truth about it. And then that one right there is another good one. In other words, if you're twitching that bait and you pause it, it's going. You just, I like for it to stay just about neutral, just sit there and see there. It's a real slow riser too, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's got 2 in there that's real good, and got the other 3 that's almost perfect. So,
Yeah.
And that comes back to these little lead strips that Storm makes. You peel them out there and put just a little bit of weight on it. If you put a strip on and it wants to sink on you, you can take and start cutting a little 1/16 of an inch or something off of that strip and try it again, and then do the same thing to get it where it works like you want it to. And buddy, that one's just hanging right in there. I don't know if it's because it's under that other bait or what,
Yeah.
Mike, but it's been a dandy. And this and over here, punch it back down and let's see how it does. It's getting jerk bait time, folks. Just tell you the truth about it. See that in there, boy? I tell you what, Mike, that is real good.
Mm-hmm.
Real good. For sure.
Yeah.
I'll take them 2 right. Well, I'll take all 5 of them. They all real close. It wouldn't take much, a little bit of a strip to fix that up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I like to fish those baits as one of those lock and snaps on the front. So there you go. Time you add the line and that on there, it may not come back up. I've had some awful good jerk baits that fool around and get my dang line broke and be gone, you know. So I don't know. I'm gonna do one more while we got that water situation like it is. I want to check one more bait out here, Mike. Let me see if I can get it here. One more bait. And this right here, let me find him here. Not that one. There he is right there. All right. Let you drop that one right there in there. Let's see what he does. Yep. Just what I thought. Let's give him a little help. What do you think? Yeah, let's give him a little help here. Well, wait a minute. That one's not ready. So what you got right there? And I have had to put 2 strips on them at times. But you, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
Sure have. Yeah. Yeah, boy. May have to put 2 on this. If we do, it's fine. He'll be ready for when I want to tie him on the line. Oh, man. That's not too bad, Mike. That's, yeah. quarter of a piece would take care of every bit of that. All right, we'll call that good enough. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Yeah. You know, you can kind of fine tune these jerk baits a lot, you know, that little bit of
Yeah.
there.
Well, you get over to Jim's and
Yeah.
it says suspending strips, them little old lead
Yep.
strips with the stick them
Sticky
on
on
it
the
like
back.
a piece of tape. And,
Yeah.
buy you a pack of them, and you can do a lot of baits with them. That's for sure. If,
No doubt about it.
they got another one that's a little round
Spin dot.
dot. If you want to use the dots, I kind of like them strips too.
Yeah. There's nothing saying. Once you get it on there, just a good sharp knife will trim it off just a little bit at a time till you get it where you want it, and then you're in business.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah, I've had 4 or 5 dots, one stacked on top of the other.
Yeah.
To get it heavy enough to hold it down.
Some of these baits you have to put 2 or 3 on them to get them, and then and then you can go up in the size of a hook, a lot of times, and put it just right. And I've got one more thing. Dylan's still got the close-up camera, ain't he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me see if I can get this one out there without creating havoc here, Mike. And I've got too many plugs in one box, I can tell you that right now. Any way you throw them in there, they're tangled up. Sure are. Doesn't matter. Well, come on. Let me get that baby out of there. It's right through that dang split ring. Mike, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, back got it now. Okie doke, getting real close. I want to show them this. Now, got about 3 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, zoom in on your close-up camera, Dylan. Let me see if I can get this in here. Yeah, what I wanted to show you, this was one that I took a round sinker and flattened one side of it out, and just it took a lot of weight to get that in the sink, and I wound up doing it that way, and it worked out pretty dang good. Yeah. Turn this, put the beads towards the bill there, Mike. I'd have had to stack a whole lot of spin strips on that one. So, and it could use just a tad more. All righty, we're fixing to close the show out. But I like to get me, 2 or 3 jerk baits fixed up before I get started throwing them this time of year, and have them ready to go. And that slow rise or neutral buoyancy on the thing is a big thing. How much we got, Dylan? 2 minutes? All righty, folks. We're going to see what the weather brings this weekend. God bless you all. Remember to wear your life jacket, and we'll see y'all next week. Hey, folks, here at Edgemore Outdoors. We're going to run inside and shoot some film. Don't forget Edgemore Outdoors over here on Edgemore Road. Hey folks, we're in here at Edgemore Outdoors. Man, the place has been packed with people. The reason being because this is the best sporting goods store this side of the Mississippi River. So if you want to get in here and get you something, you better come by. See Jim and Vance and Jeannie here at Edgemore Outdoors. They've got everything you might need to fish with, whether it be from a boat or from the bank or whatever. Rods, reels, the walls are lined with baits, tackle. Just great store. Jim's been a sponsor of the show for a long time, and we really appreciate him and his family. And but do get by here and visit with them at Edgemore Outdoors. Live bait,
just everything in the world. We'll just take a little quick stroll down through here.
Country Fresh Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store. Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors.